Welcome to this segment of Learn with Roger and John. I'm Roger Murphy.
And I'm John Vong, owner of Local SEO Search.
And thank Kayla, who's on the camera today. So thanks, Kayla, for this. Today in this segment, we wanted to talk to business owners who are in the storage and the moving industry. It's an industry that's everywhere in the world, all over North America. We're based here in Toronto with our company Local SEO Search, but what we're going to talk about today is valid for everyone and everywhere when it comes to
Moving storage.
John, tell us about some of your experiences needing storage in your life.
Moving, when I finished school or started school in university, I went to Western University out in London, Ontario, and I needed a moving truck. So back then, I didn't really have the funds, so I had friends help me move, but we had to rent a U-Haul and truck to move it, pack everything, and we did it actually a couple times because moving away from residence to an actual home, I actually did an exchange program out in UK, so I had to move it back home, and then so I moved quite a bit, and then over when I first started working in Toronto, I was renting, so I had to use another moving truck, and until I could afford to pay for movers, I had a lot of friends and family help me move.
I did the same. As we grow and mature, you don't have time to be moving all the stuff yourself. You're going to hire specialists, and that's who we're going to talk to today. If you're in the moving business, or if you offer storage, there's so many people that are on the move, and I think it's something like 20% of the population is on the move at any given time. They need to store their stuff, whether it's for 1 month, 1 week, 3 months, a year. There's so much going on. So they are actively looking for businesses like you that can provide either you'll move it for me, or you'll store it for me, you'll provide pickup and delivery of my stuff. So really, there's a tremendous amount of need for your services out there. We just want to speak today to you, talk a little bit about what your options are when it comes to advertising.
Yeah, so as a storage company, your ultimate goal is to have as close to 100% capacity as possible. And, you know, there's great locations. I think there's a lot of factors to determine which storage company to choose from, right? But ultimately, it boils down to getting in front of those customers that are actively moving, right? And needing your space. Because as you're a renter in Toronto, you probably live in a condo, right? And you probably don't have a lot of space. So if you have extra vehicles, or if you have motorcycle, or if you have bicycles, just extra boxes, right? You need some place to store it for X amount of months, right?
There's other life events. There's people get separated, divorced, people get moved for work, etc. So each of these, I guess, demographics, let's call it, they all require your service. So we just want to make sure that you have all the options in front of you to say, okay, if I need new customers, where am I going to place myself when they're ready to buy? So if you think of that question and say, okay, well, John, they could do flyers?
Yeah, they can do flyers. They can network and you know, get some sort of referral program in place with people that are actually in the rental market.
Real estate people?
Real estate agents. Or tenant placement, property managers.
Local newspapers?
Flyers. They can go digital as well because, you know, there's a lot of different ad space. But what we offer here at Local SEO Search, and we know because we have clients in the space, and we're able to help them, you know, get capacity as close to 100% as possible. People are wanting to be in control and searching on their website, and they only search on that first page. So you want to be found on that map if you're localized. So the relevancy is very important in location. But anywhere on that first page, because people will do their due diligence.
That's it. And it needs to be mentioned that 9 out of 10 people, if you do a survey of 100 people, if you ask them, where do you search? They're going to say, I Google it. I just look for what I require. And if your business earns its way, and that's what our specialty is, to help your website earn its way to the coveted page 1 of Google, and that is on the maps in your local community, below the map on page 1. That's where the bulk and the majority of people are making their decisions. It needs to be mentioned also, there's something called AdWords, or Google Ads now, they call it. You can bid, you can pay them, and they'll put your website at the top of a search result for as long as you've got a budget, because they charge your credit card for every click that someone clicks on your website. But the reality, John, is that most people, they do not look there.
Yeah, again, it's user's intent, right? So people don't want to be pushed ads. That's the reason why flyers have such a low converting rate. You're looking at less than 1% if you're lucky, right? Newspapers, there's a lot of large newspaper chains and even community newspapers that are not publishing as often because of ad revenue that's decreasing, because business owners are becoming more savvy and they realize the marketing dollars aren't working as efficient as they used to, right? Sure. So there's a new medium out there, and search is a huge medium. Social media is a huge medium. Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or Twitter. There's so many different ways to advertise, right? So where, as a storage and moving company, where do you want to put your dollars working for you, right?
Sort of, I think the answer is in front of the act of buying public. People that are ready to buy need your service. They're new to your area. They need storage or moving for the first time. They're unhappy with who they dealt with before. They might be just shopping for prices, but we all tend to do that shopping on Google.
And a lot of these people that are moving, they probably don't know people. So the referral aspect of it is very low, right? Because it's based on your personal situation.
Yes.
And a lot of people who are moving, so for my experience, I was moving to London, Ontario. I didn't know anyone because it was my first time. And then when I was renting, again, it was me doing my due diligence because I didn't know anyone else renting and in that area. So, and even the storing aspect. So I did have to move some large items like sofas and closets into a storage facility for a couple months, right? And sometimes, in my personal situation, I kept it there for I think 4 or 5 months. But the cost of renting that space sometimes is a little bit more than the actual value of the product itself, right? Yep. And sometimes now I look back and I'm like, well, I love that sofa that I had, and that's the reason I stored it. But in reality, I could have bought a brand new one if I knew how long I was going to store it, right?
Yep. For business owners in the business of, let's say, storage, you're probably aware of it, but what you need to do is promote your differences. What's the benefit of someone why would they use your storage facility versus someone else? Do you go and drop off the pods where they can load up their goods and you take it away? Maybe you've got drive-up doors, and John, you may not have even thought about it, but the more popular storage facilities are the ones where you can take your car, drive right up to the door, open the door up, and move your stuff into storage. If you have 24-hour access, if you've got climate controlled, all these things you need to mention in your website and let people know this is why you want to come to us. People they do care about the money, but they care more about the price they pay. They care more about the value that they're going to get. Are they going to save time? Are they going to save their back? Are they going to not stress themselves out because you're easy access just off the highway? There's all these little things that you need to make sure your website says. And of course, this is the space that John and I, that our company, we play in. We know your industry. We know what consumers are looking for with regards to the services you offer. So we'll guide you that way to make sure you answer their questions.
And even now, safety, right? So making sure that it's fully secured.
Sure.
Having cameras in each storage locker so that the consumer can actually monitor that, right? So making sure that you have a differentiator, right? As a business owner, that's how you set yourself apart, right? Making sure you have a lot of reviews is also another factor. But really, people aren't too concerned about the cost. It's how you position it.
Sure.
So what else do you bring to the table? right?
Do
as a
you rent
business owner.
vehicles also, like the U-Hauls? Do you have a
Convenience factor.
convenience for sure?
Right? So as a business owner, there's a lot of options out there. We here at Local SEO Search believes search engine optimization will get you the best return on investment and value because we will get you the type of leads that you're looking for, geared towards the type of clients that you're looking to get, and getting in front of all the active buyers all year long so that you will fill your space as soon as possible.
And keep it filled. If you're in the storage business, we also understand people are not going to stay with you forever. They're going to stay with you, I think it's on average 9 months. Some might stay for years, but some need much shorter time frame. If that's the case, you need a steady stream of replacement clients, customers that need your storage, that are going to consider you as well as other storage companies. So be there in front of them so that you can keep replacing the ones that leave with new clients that are coming in.
Yeah, so please give us a call. Myself or Roger will pick up your phone call and we will provide a custom campaign for your business and explain to you how we can offer you the best ROI in terms of your marketing dollars for your business.
It's area code 416-888-8756. John and I will be pleased to take your call.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.